Welcome back to Stream of Consciousness. I am Joey Protein Shake Stout, and this is Joel Tap Shoes Cox.
Hi, welcome to Stream of Consciousness. I'm Joel FPP Cox, and this is my partner, Joe. He doesn't know what I'm doing, Cox.
Welcome back to Stream of Consciousness. I am Joey Dog Biscuit Stout, and this is Joel Pickle Juice Cox.
Hi, welcome to Stream of Consciousness. I'm Joel Safety First Cox. This is Joe. Joe needs good tackling stout.
Welcome back to Stream of Consciousness. I am Joey Roast Potato Stout, and this is Joel Sock Puppet Cox.
Yeah, so we had another technical difficulty. Couldn't find the video. So I'm going to do the same thing I did for the Vegas trip. I got a slideshow. Enjoy the show.
Okay, so, because especially with colder weather and stuff, it's more of a. Would you say that people are more likely to go on dates Are you more likely to go out on dates? Because you go out a lot. You and Tara spend a lot of time going out doing things. You guys do quite a bit together. Do you think that you go on more dates in the wintertime or in the summertime?
Summer.
Really? You got more in the summertime?
When it's wintertime, that's when I get off work. We get together and we watch stuff at home and stay warm.
You don't consider that a date? Like a
you said going out. You said going out.
Okay, all right, fair enough. I think
we stay in more during the winter because it's too cold to be out, and plus, the whole going in and out, changing jackets, running coats, and all that stuff is annoying.
Well, I don't like taking a jacket anywhere I go because the whole. How long are you outside in the cold?
Well, here's
From
the
the
thing.
time I walk
It depends
from my
on
door to the car door.
Well, that's what I normally do. There's a threshold. If I know I'm going to be outside, other than just going to the car, I'll take a jacket. If I'm just going from the car and it's 0 degrees and I know I'm going to be close, I won't take a jacket. But for example, I go to second Wednesday every month. I go to Bill Guild. I park half a block away, if not a block away from where I'm going.
So you take a jacket.
I take a jacket.
Well, regardless, you have to carry her jacket whenever she takes it off.
She gets cold, so
she doesn't take her jacket off.
The only time is in the summertime. Maybe she'll take a jacket to the movie theater because sometimes they're cold. But my rule of thumb is my travel time from point A to point B is longer by multiple of X than
you have a formula for it. You would.
If I'm outside for 5 seconds and it takes 5 seconds with the jacket on, not worth it.
You used to have a thermostat on your window in college, and if it hit 73 degrees...
72.5.
So what was it?
72.5.
72.5? That was exactly whenever you would throw shorts on.
Yep.
You had an exact number that you would go with. Damned humidity, but you would with 72.5, that's whenever shorts came on.
Yep.
So I think I actually go on more dates in the wintertime. Summertime's more my time. I get done with work, I go for a jog, or I'm more likely to go out and do my thing in the summer than I am in the wintertime. Wintertime is more of like go out together type time.
Interesting.
So, all right. So, where is the best place? Where is your ideal date? Not necessarily ideal, but what's your go-to plan? What's your fallback? If it's like, hey, let's go out tonight. What's the plans you make?
Dinner and a movie.
You are a classic dinner and a movie guy.
Yep. I watch a lot of movies. And she watches a lot of movies. Like our first year together, I think we went to about 100 movies in a period of a year because she used to keep movie stubs. We'd go once a week. Like, here's how bad it was: Monday at Waterworks, $5 movie day. Tuesday at the Mills, $5 movie day. If you have a Stubbs card at AMC, you can go from Tuesday through Thursday and do $5 movies in the evening.
So you guys went like literally every day?
Not every day, but we had options if we knew where to go for cheap movies. And then we'd buy the popcorn buckets at Cinemark.
Okay.
For $7 for $3.50. No wait, it's $7 for the bucket, $7 for the drink cup.
Okay.
So you have these cups, they're refillable. So for $3.50, it used to be $3. Now it's $3.50. I'm a little sour about that. Cinemark, I'm talking about you. You raise your prices on your ice, on your soda, and your popcorn for no reason. We knew that stuff is dirt cheap. So anyway, for $3.50 now,
showed them.
You can get the equivalent of a large soda.
Okay.
For $3.50.
You got to start calling it pop.
Both.
Okay.
It's soda pop.
All right.
I use them interchangeably.
You do not.
Yes, I do.
You're a bastard.
So, for the popcorn bucket, medium size, almost large, $3.50. So for $17.50, we can get a bucket of popcorn, a drink, and 2 movie tickets on a Tuesday night at Cinemark.
All right. You're a thrifty date.
Well, if it's 3D and it's worthwhile, yes. But if it's just a movie we don't know what it is, and it's not like... If it's like, okay, Doctor Strange, that's a 3D IMAX movie.
You're making a special trip for that one.
Bubba the Bear Meets Tricks the Squirrel, Part 3,
Right.
matinee price.
So dinner to movies your go-to, though.
That's my go-to date.
Dinner first, dinner second.
Dinner first.
Dinner first, then the movie.
Because half the time, if you get a lot of popcorn, you really don't want to eat food. And then you go to the restaurant and you get a nice meal, you don't finish, you're like, I feel like I wasted my money.
So, okay.
I don't mind wasting popcorn compared to wasting a decent meal.
Well, as much as you pay for popcorn, you should. Probably pay just as much for the popcorn as you do for that cheeseburger.
No. We like...
Because you got deals on the dinner, too.
No. It's usually not fast... I usually don't do fast food if you're to do dinner and a movie. Usually we go someplace like...
Sit down.
Yeah, sit down.
Okay. I used to be a dinner and a movie kind of guy. I think I've changed gears on that pretty drastically because you don't remember dinner and a movie as much. Like, it's not one of those things that stick inside your head as deeply. I'm more of a go do something fun. I like to go to the zoo. I want to go rock climbing. I want to go zip lining. We went zip lining not too long ago. Things along those lines. Like, I want to go horseback riding. I want to do something out and about, more active, more...
but that's your go-to is something like that.
I kind of like pull something out of a hat. I try to. But if it's last minute, yes, got to go dinner and a movie because that's always easy. You can always go, hey, what do you want to do tonight? Dinner and movie is always there for you. Some things you kind of have to. Yeah. You're not going to go rock climbing last minute. At least not around here.
Yeah. We'll go to the zoo. We'll go to the science center. Or we'll do something like that. Or we'll go to...
You guys do a lot of really cool stuff together. You got like baseball games you go to.
We'll go to the baseball games. We'll go to the improv shows.
Yeah.
We'll go to Dave & Buster's. But yeah, my go-to, that's the one that never fails. Because usually always something that... Well, there used to always be something we want to see.
So you guys get out a lot more often than we do too.
Like, we have 4 kids.
Yeah, that's slowing me down. My kids are... Can I say blockers here? They're C blockers is what they are. Kids are C blockers. But yeah, so I don't get out anywhere near as much. And even whenever we do have free time, she's not always up for it. I'm like, do you want to go out? And she's like, yes. And then the day comes and goes and we just don't do anything a lot of times. So because we get out less often, I think that's probably why we try to make more of it. We try to do it something a little more of a grand scheme thing.
Another thing we like to do is sometimes we'll just jump in the car and just drive around. And just drive around, listen to the radio, and talk.
I could never do that. With Sarah, driving in the car with Sarah, we're terrible in the car next to each other. If she's driving, I'm going, slow down. Dude, watch this turn. You're not, just go around the guy. Please, the light is green. You can make a right turn on red. Like, I'm throwing all this stuff at her. I'm a terrible backseat driver. But when she's in the car, she's like, you're too close to the guy in front of you. You're doing this. You gotta, and then she's like arguing with the kids about something, and she's trying to have a conversation with me, and they're interrupting with something. So we don't really get in the car ever. Even if the kids aren't in the car, there's always like something distracting. I'll be in the middle of telling her a story, and then she'll turn on the radio because she doesn't want to hear my story for the 20th time or whatever it is. We hate being in the car together. So the time we leave the house until we get wherever we're going, that car ride there is usually not the funnest part of our day. That is by far the least fun that we do is the car ride. But we try to do, and we didn't used to be. It used to always be dinner and a movie, dinner and a movie, dinner and a movie. But I think at one point in time, it just kind of like a switch in my brain kicked over and went, you don't remember any of these. Like we think back to times we went out, and there's once or twice that we go, oh, remember we went and saw this movie. And I watch a lot of movies just in general. So she says, oh, remember we saw whatever? And I go, yeah, I remember seeing it. I don't remember seeing it with her. So we're not really building
I'm a little bit different. For me, like, Tara gets upset with me all the time when I do them. I'm like, oh, remember that movie? No. We went to see that movie together like 4 years ago.
She's the me in this situation. She's the one that doesn't remember.
I can usually remember who I went with to see a movie. Yeah. Like, for some reason, for me, movies are different. It's like, oh, Joe and I went to go see XXX, and Sarah came along. Oh, hey, Tara and I went to go see Doctor Strange by ourselves in 3D. That was awesome. Like, I remember those details. But then again, I'm me.
I get too obsessed into the movie that I don't care who's sitting next to me. Like, I don't pay attention. I know you and I have seen how many movies together. I couldn't tell you other than XXX, I wouldn't.
For me, it also depends, because certain movies, you have certain comedy whenever you talk to somebody. Yes. Like, Tara and I went to go see this movie called Ninja Assassin. Horrible movie. But she kept cracking all these great jokes about it. And that's one of my favorite things about that movie. And when I watch it now, I'm like, That joke Tara told.
That's what she says. Yeah,
exactly. So, like, when I go to movies with certain people, like, it's kind of Mystery Science 3000, but it depends on what kind of Mystery Science 3000 is, depending on who I go to the movie with.
Right.
Like, for example, if I go with my tech friends and we go to see a movie like Black Hat with Thor in it, Chris Hemsworth.
Oh, okay, yeah.
If we see a movie like that, we'll dissect like the movie, like, oh yeah, I guess you can hack a computer with that one. Yeah, how about you try this instead? But you go to somebody else is like, oh yeah, because the computer geek can really do all that stuff. Like there's different wisecracks.
That's what I want to see in a movie. Is one day I want to go into a movie and like they say, okay, this is the plan to rob the bank, and Joel, I need you to hack into the system and set down their security code, and you're gonna go, I can't do that. I could send them an ill-advised email and ask them nicely, but like that, I want to see that one movie where like the hacker's like, that's not a real thing. We don't do that.
Yeah,
there's a little more honesty in it. But all right. But I don't remember when I watch a movie. I'm like, shut up. Don't talk through the movie. I'm here to watch I don't even care if it's a good movie or not. Just shut up. Like I want to be left alone.
I think it depends on the movie for me. Like different movies have different. Like comedies, you don't have to really do a lot of brain power comedies. But you watch something like Inception or Interstellar or something that makes you think.
Right, if you have an in-depth movie.
Yeah, those movies I understand. But
see, I don't care what I'm watching. Shut up next to me. Don't talk to me during the movie. If you have one really funny thing you have to say, that's fine. But you only get like one or two interrupts.
Now, occasionally, if you go to the Waterworks and you go to see a horror movie and it's $5 movie day, you get some interesting people making wisecracks. And sometimes their wisecracks are better than the movie. So that's why I'm actually open to people talking. It depends on what it is. If you're just talking the whole time, don't do that. There's a fine line. There's a fine balance. One of the podcasts I was listening to, the one guy was talking about how his friend moved into town. He goes, well, we got to vet them first. What do you mean? Well, I got to take the movie to see how they act. So like the week later, they had a podcast. So how'd it go? They passed. They talked just the right amount. They didn't bother the important scenes. Didn't ask me what was going on. We gave the movies.
And didn't eat any noisy candy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so best date or most common date movie in a theater. What's the worst date that you think you've ever been on? I think probably for me, again, theater. Like I've been stuck. It doesn't matter how empty or how packed the theater is. I have this innate ability to pick the seat that a little kid's going to sit behind me and kick my chair the whole time, and a guy's going to sit in front of me and talk the whole time. Like, I just find that one chair where that just magically happens. Like, it just comes together.
Oh, what movie was that? Because it did happen to me in a movie a couple times, actually.
I've actually told people to shut up in the middle of a movie before.
So
I'm not aggressive like that.
So Tara and I went to go see 50 Shades of Grey.
Okay.
Because she wanted to see it. And
of course she did, right. Yeah.
And I listened to 2/3 of the audiobooks. I had some clues going to happen.
You listened to 50 Shades of Grey?
Yeah. Okay. It was an interesting experience. I didn't finish it. And
you didn't do it at work, did you?
No.
Okay.
I'm not going to really...
Because that's a strange place to have an erection.
I'm not very compelled to finish the book anyway. When she already told me what happened, I looked on Wikipedia.
All right.
So we walk in. There's a bunch of girls. They're like teenagers, maybe in their early 20s. I don't know. I'm like, they're going to be trouble. This is going to be horrible. In walks a bunch of 40, 50-year-old women. They sit down right in front of us. They start giggling and laughing and yelling and saying stupid stuff. And then, like...
Is this while the movie's going on? Or is this previous?
While the movie's going on. I'm getting mad. And they're, like, saying all this stuff. So at one point, they said something about the character. And, like, I knew what they were talking about. I was went, spoilers! And Tara's like, shut up. I'm like, no, I'm not putting it.
That's a really double-edged sword because you have two options. You can either let them ruin the movie, or you can be the guy who gets upset that they're ruining 50 Shades of Grey for you. Like, it's
the principle of they're being inappropriate. They're not. Right. They didn't that fine line. They're past that line. They broke the line. That's what upset me.
Like, there's a certain level of an embarrassment where you have to go, I really don't want you to ruin this movie for me, even though this is very clearly, like, one of the biggest chick flicks of the...
It was a principle thing, that's what it was.
Right.
The one time it wasn't a date, but some other thing happened. We went to go see The Green Hornet. And these are teenagers. They're just yelling and screaming, all through previews. I know they're going to be a problem. Actually, you were with me. It was... Yeah. It was you, me, Tara, Kristen. We went to go
saw the movie.
And maybe somebody else went with us. I can't remember. But you were there, actually. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, if they don't shut up during the movie, I'm going to come. And, like, Tara's like...
That sounds realistic.
Tara's like, no. I'm like, I'm taking care of this right now. So the movie starts. It's not even, like, opening credits even start rolling. They're still laughing, screaming. I get up. I walk out. I go the first. I'm like, listen, there's 5 kids in Green Hornet. Either take care of them right now, or I'm going to go in there and take care of myself. And I walked back in the theater, and I sat down, and they walked in.
And then some guy with a squeaky voice and a flashlight came up and went, if you guys don't settle down, I'm going to have
No, he just walked in, he looked over, they saw the kids saw him, they were quiet. And they were quiet the rest of the movie. Apparently, Tara said that when I got up and left, they shut up.
Probably knew something was up. You can be intimidating in certain situations. You're a little bit terrifying.
But yeah, that's probably, the 50 Shades of Grey is probably the worst. Actually, no. We went to the drive-in up by you, not Twin Highways with the other one.
The Stinta.
Yeah. And unless you get there at 5 o'clock for an 8 o'clock movie, you're not finding a parking place. And
Depends on when you go. They hit or miss.
Yeah.
They're
it was just so frustrating going up there. Like, we almost got into a fight over, like, where to park and what to do and everything. It was like, that was just horrible. That's probably
I can't stand the drive-in in general.
The Twin Highways was perfect.
Well, it's always a pain in the butt because there's just enough light out when they start the movie. Because you go during the summer. You can't go when it's cold. So you go and it's too bright to really, really enjoy and see the screen, and then you're listening to the sound on your radio.
That's why I hope the second showing is actually a better movie than the first showing.
Yeah, but then you're out until 1 o'clock in the morning or whatever, and that's.
Oh, I'm sorry, Grandpa.
Yeah, I guess I got to get up early. The kids wake me up, man.
Oh, that's right. You have kids.
That again, they're blocking. Okay, so. As far as now, both of us have found our significant others. We've settled down. We're you answered that before it was even a question. But one thing, and we've kind of discussed this before. One of the things that you and I, before we had met the women that we fell in love with, and were forced to marry, before they pinned us down and tied the ball and chain to us. You and I always got along really well when it came to girls because we have very different styles of what we go for. We have a very opposite ends of spectrum, and we've always been we've always got along well and like the girls the other one has dated. The few girls that I've dated that you've met, you've always been polite to at the very least. There's the ones you didn't like, you were justified in, but. There's never been any kind of conflict because we're as far as personality and physically, what we're attracted to are two very different things.
Yeah.
So, how would you describe your perfect woman?
Let's see. Curves.
You like curves.
Yeah.
You're definitely into that.
Long hair.
Okay.
Non-blonde.
You don't like the blondes? Yeah, that's
no.
That's another thing because I've always
red auburn preference.
Mm-hmm.
Brunettes, fine.
Brunettes are universal.
Yeah. Let's see. Accent would be a bonus, but that's not a requirement.
That's I've always been kind of like the other end. Curves in general, you have to say yes to. Like, there's nothing wrong with curves, but I've always been more into like the slender figure, not like the boy body, like not the.
You borderline on the boy body.
No, I don't.
As I remember correctly, the quote was, "I like speed bumps for the tongue."
When you can see the ribs a little bit,
no!
not see them. Like I don't want them anorexic, like they're starving, but like if you can feel the ribs, I like that. Yes. No. But I like boobs too much. I would not say that I like a boy body. There's got to be a little shape to it. But you were very opposite of the style that I like.
Boobs.
You like big boobs.
Yes.
I
cannot lie.
I'm more of a buffet style kind of guy where I like a little bit of everything, but I lean towards that side of the buffet for sure. I have said the speed bumps for the tongue. I think that was my quote.
It's kind of funny because I like following cosplay because I like seeing the different costumes and the different spins.
I like cosplay too, though.
And I've noticed that like all the models I follow aren't your normal the kind of girls you'd go for.
Right. Not your standard models. They're more
the girls I follow tend to be average,
curvaceous.
Yeah, and curvaceous, which is awesome.
Yeah,
because there's different cosplay for different people,
and that's the fantasy aspect of it, where that whole dress up thing. Oh, yeah. I love that. That is like my favorite in the whole wide world of all the strange and peculiar things that you can bring into a relationship. dress up is definitely hands down my absolute favorite thing to do.
So, here's my question: who's your favorite actress?
Ooh, favorite actress or actress that I find hottest?
Actress you find hottest.
Oh, that's a tough one. There's a lot of them out there. I have too many favorites. I'm gonna stick with, and I know this is kind of an old school answer, but I'm still and she's leaning more towards your style of girl now, is Jennifer Love Hewitt. I've always been madly in love with her. I think as far as like body type and everything, but in general, there's a lot of them out there. I like all the Jennifers: Jennifer Aniston, Jennifer Love Hewitt, Jennifer Jason Leigh.
But now here's a question: do you like them because of the role they played and because of the way they were dressed, or just because them all around?
No. Because
I found, like, for example, one of my favorites is Olivia Wilde, because when she played Cora in Tron, I thought that was amazing.
But Olivia Wilde is probably like she's like skinny. She's above and beyond. Olivia Wilde? Unless we're talking, no, Olivia Wilde. She's slender. There's a picture of her right there.
Damn it! I gotta put that in there now.
That you do. So she's
okay. She's Kat Denning. There's another one. She was in Two Broke Girls.
Oh yes. Now that seems like your style.
Yeah,
I can see that.
But I've noticed a different like with Olivia Wilde in Tron. I thought she was hot. And other stuff, I'm like, not so much. Well, and I've noticed that a lot of the girls, the actors I find that are hot and attractive, is usually based on the character they're playing, and not the actual actors, which I think is kind of weird.
There's something to be said about personality, and they exude this sexiness in a role that they play.
So the question is, are they exuding that personality, or is that?
I think I'm more Neanderthalic than you are. I don't. For me, I'm thinking I got to look at you more than I have to talk to you. So
yeah, but I'm saying
I'm first and foremost, I'm attracted to the physique, and that's not fair. That makes me sound like a pig. I'm a little bit of a pig.
But what I'm saying though is different characters dress a different way to exude different parts of their.
Well, if you look at like Charlize Theron.
Mm-hmm.
She has played such a wide variety of characters, and if you look at her in something, she's super sexy and she's hot.
Yeah.
And you look at her like in Monster or something, it's like the farthest thing from
exactly.
it. And every step in between. One of the actresses that I think is one of really I noticed that with a lot more is Amy Smart.
Yeah.
Amy Smart she has this incredible sexiness to her in certain roles, and then in other roles she's just kind of like this plain Jane, and so you don't really.
But is it the whole? Let me take my hair down, and take my glasses off.
Yes.
Or is it?
Yes, there's a confidence, there's a sexiness to it. They create that environment. They bring that character to life, and I think that's part of what makes them great actresses. Is I don't think, for actresses in particular, being sexy. And a lot of them are already just naturally beautiful women, is not the toughest part of acting. Being not sexy is really when their acting ability comes out and it shines. So when they play a character that is already, if it's above and beyond sexy.
I guess what I'm trying to say is I feel like sometimes sexiness is in the wardrobe and not always in the body, is what I'm trying to say.
I agree. I think so too. There's a lot of... There's definitely some actresses out there that are maybe not as traditionally beautiful or as sexy.
And that's the one thing I notice I go for a lot of. It's not the traditional, like when I look at top 10 models or top 10 whatever, I'm like, no.
But there's two different mindsets in there. There's the mentality of I just want to look. It's that window shop.
Yeah.
I own a coffee table, but I'm allowed to walk around IKEA and check out. I still have that in my holster where as a married man, I'm not allowed to take anything home, but I can still look. At least I hope so, because I do. So if I'm just looking, then there's one certain style and there's one type. But when it comes to movies and such like that, there's definitely actresses that I probably may not give my first look to, but in a role that they bring out something that I find more attractive than I'm.
Well, like I said, for me, I find I'm more attracted to the roles than the actual actresses half the time.
Yeah, I can see that. I'll favor that one. I'll give you that one. But I will say that there are some actresses that are not my type, and I don't care what role you put them in,
Yeah.
they're not going to become my type.
Yeah.
Like, there's certain things that I just...
like the Olivia Wilde. She's not my type.
Right,
but the role she played in Tron Legacy, she became my type somewhat.
Right. I don't know if I have that as much as you do. Like, I can't think of a single actress that I would say wasn't my type, but then they played this role and I went, wow, now I'm in love with them, or I like them in that particular role. I don't think I have that.
Because I've noticed, like, what the actor and actress in general, there have been certain people, like, I do not watch movies with Julia Roberts in them. Because she tends to play, she tends to be in movies I don't like.
See, well, okay, I'll give you that.
But she was in The Mexican. I love The Mexican.
Yes, that was a great movie.
Yeah.
And Brad Pitt.
Like, Brad Pitt, wasn't a big fan of Brad Pitt until I saw The Mexican. And I gave him another chance. Because I noticed some actors and actresses playing movies, and they get certain types of roles.
Right.
Like, my one friend has a role that if he sees a certain actress in this movie, he knows he's going to hate it. Because she only does a certain type of movie.
Right. Well, there's movies that I will watch just because a certain actor or actress is in them. Like, if you put Matt Damon in something, I don't care how terrible
I do believe the quote,
watch it.
the one podcast, and the guy's quote is, I will listen to blank, read the phone book.
I hope it's Morgan Freeman, because I would listen to Morgan Freeman read the phone book. I could fall asleep listening to Morgan Freeman read or say anything.
Yeah.
With his sultry voice. But I can't think of any actresses that... I'm sure there are some out there that have done some role that I went, wow, they're really sexy in that. But they may or may not be my type outside of that. But there's definitely not one that I would say wasn't my type until I saw them in XYZ. Mm-hmm. But like Keira Knightley, always hot. Olivia Wilde, always hot. And there's probably a billion other ones that I can't rattle off the top of my head right now. But there's a lot of, actresses are... You
ever notice how some actors don't age? Like Salma Hayek?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Salma Hayek. You see it more with actors than you do actresses.
Yeah.
Like you look at Joseph Gordon-Levitt, he's exactly... Johnny Depp hasn't aged in 30 years. Like, nobody knows what's going on with him. But, you have certain ones that have just seemed to just absolutely not change at all. And then you look at ones that aged really drastically and poorly. What's his face from Home Alone? Macaulay Culkin?
Yeah.
Look, you see the pictures of him now versus...
You ever see the kid from Flight of the Navigator?
From Flight Navigator?
Flight of the Navigator?
No, what is it?
It was an old Disney movie from the 80s.
Okay.
But he grew up... He basically pulled Macaulay Culkin really bad.
Okay.
He robbed the bank and got caught.
That was a very obscure reference, and I don't know that guy, but I'll check him out
he'll be up there.
There he is. Yeah, no, he doesn't look great. No idea what's going on up here ever. So, but okay, so let's go back to the we're running out of time here, but the whole cosplay fantasy thing and just in general, what would you say is the hottest cosplay that you personally have seen? Like, do you have like a certain type of cosplay or a dress-up fantasy style that you favor?
No, I just like seeing the different costume ideas. Like, for a while, Velma from Scooby-Doo was very popular.
Okay.
And like 20 different people did Velma, but they all have their own takes on it.
Okay.
Like, you have like the zombie hunter Velma, who's actually like in a zombie apocalypse. You've got the steampunk Velma. And like there's different, like, people would take different aspects and do that. Same thing with Star Wars. Like, female stormtroopers you'd never seen until now. And like the gender swap, another thing is the gender swapping. Like, I saw a female version of the Avengers where they swapped everybody. Female Thor, female Hulk, female Iron Man,
right,
and then like a male Black Widow.
Did you see like an actual group of people do that, or did you see, like, I saw something online that was...
It was an actual group of people that did it.
They did sort of this Photoshop thing.
No, they actually made their costumes.
Like a real life, like real people. And I like that better. Like the whole actual people, the candidness of it.
That's what I'm saying. When people make their own costumes, because it's like, hey, I want to be Velma, but I want to be Velma if she did X. Or like...
a variable to it.
Yeah.
Right?
And that's what makes them interesting.
Sexy is sexy in general. And so like the whole once the hot stormtroopers came out and all of the other, whatever, they're all fun, and some of those just look amazing and stuff. But I would say, like, for me, my personal favorites are like the ones that I like the most are the superhero ones. Like I favor that style. You look at the video game ones and things like that, and I like them. And sometimes, if a girl's good looking, she's good looking. But for me, the whole Wonder Woman, Supergirl thing, like that is more of a turn on for me than say like somebody dressed up like I can't even think of like any of the video games or whatever. But
Lara Croft.
Yes. Yeah, Lara Croft. Is kind of like that's when she first came on the scene. She was one of the first female characters in a video game, and I was at that age where I was, that teenage
confused.
Hormonal, and it was like, oh my god, she has square boobs, and I love it. So she was the first female video game character, so it was easy to be in love with her just because that was your first, that's your openness to that, like she wasn't necessarily she didn't even have to be hot to be attractive to a horny teenager. So Lara Croft stands the test of time. So I give her a pass. But a lot of the other ones, if you look at what's Sam from Samus from
Metroid.
Samus
Aran.
That like
but nobody knew
a lot of sexy cosplay
for a while. Nobody knew she was a she.
Yeah, no, but now that it's out, like you see, there are some sexy cosplays out there of her. And what's Jessica Negri?
Yeah,
she does a ton of different ones. She's she's kind of the face of female cosplay.
Yeah.
So, but she's done a lot of great stuff. But I still kind of favor the superhero one.
Mm-hmm.
So, we are running out of time here. Thanks for joining us. Make sure to like and subscribe and comment down below. And if you have any suggestions on some videos you'd like to see us do next time, if you have any ideas of topic or conversation,
go to our website, go to the comments page, and send us a comment.
Our website is right here, or here, or here. All right.
Thank you.